Hey, what's going on? This is Tariq Nasheed, and I am in Washington, D.C. right now at Freedom Plaza. This is the location where we're going to have the FBA Rally for Reparations on Saturday, November 5th, 2022. We got Dr. Boyce Watkins, Teslin Figaro, Riza Islam, Professor James Small, Dr. Kaba, so many phenomenal people, and many, many more. This is the most important rally that we've had in modern American history because this is the first time that we've gotten together as a group collectively to come to the powers that be and demand specific tangibles for foundational Black Americans. You don't want to miss this, ladies and gentlemen, so be here, Freedom Plaza, Washington, D.C., November 5th, 2022. For more information, go to rallyforreparations.com. That's rallyforreparations.com.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces.
If you're tired of being censored on social media, join 60s.net. It's Black owned, Black operated, and Black moderated, and we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things Black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. Check us out at 60s.net.
Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 60s.net. Ah.
now when they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a monthly with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right, welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, Beatzilla, officially. And as soon as we start, and I see we had to go ahead and take care of some business in the chat because there was a spammer who has been one of those random weirdos that pops up every now and then and for some reason wants to do weird things. So I guess, he's not the first. Yeah, we're real weirdo. Yeah, we had to get that out the paint. So as you are coming in, please like and share. Even you, chat spammer, you can go ahead and like and share. Share this on your social media. Go involve your friends and such. Lord. But without further ado, let me go ahead and greet everybody in the chat, and we will go ahead and get the show on the road. Judah Queen in the house. Cyberdyne 100. Some chick named Star. Hey. Kid Gravity Beyond. Black First. Black Bravo Delta. Peace. Yes, indeed. Oh, from DC. All right. Of course, we got Ange in the chat. Handling business. Kenny Ken, 70. Peace and blessings from Lost Wages. Black First. Yes, indeed. Yeah, a wages lost probably every half a second, if not less, in the city of Las Vegas. Dark-skinned brother, what is going on? Yes, indeed. One who cares. Hello, Phantom Beat. Nikki the God. Hey. My moderator. Off in the house. She's been busy. She's been very busy. Peace and blessings to the chat. Yo, 103. Queenin. Shalom. Yes, indeed. All right. So we have the question. Because I was just thinking of how things are transpiring and how y'all have seen the whole ambush of our brother Ice Cube when he went on Fox Soul presenting his contract for Black America. And, so they were doing the most with this cat. You know what I'm saying? So check it out. One of the things that's going on with this, though, I went back to the Fox Soul thing and just looking at how the attack dogs of Fox Soul for the Democrats, by the way, because of course they all are rocking with the Democrats, voting Democrat, and tell you to vote Democrat. All of them ambushed the brother about basically a non-issue because it's the contract for Black America. Black America entails the entire community. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we got that issue. However, family, I do have something as people are coming in, and I might play this a couple times tonight if you guys want. But as people are coming in, like I said, like and share this, like and share. I don't celebrate Halloween. I don't really celebrate man-made holidays. With that being said, though, I could do something for those who do kind of celebrate it or not. But we would do it Zilla style. So I have came up with a notion, I guess, why not be festive in our own way, because this is how we do things here. We'll just take something and make it for ourselves. This isn't Halloween anyway. And like I said, I don't celebrate it. But for those who might just want to be a little festive and maybe they are not getting involved with any of the other things like that, I don't know. But I came up with a video. Uh, and we're calling it Happy Zilloween. So that is what I can do. So let's get some more people in this chat, and we will get to the Zilloween. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, like I said, this is about you're seeing how the Democrats are pretty much taking a hard hit. They're taking a real hard hit. Now, the last president was Donald Trump. To get Donald Trump out of office, the only thing they banked on was scaring black folks into not doing 4 more years of no inflation, no high gas prices, no international conflict that America is funding, no over-flooded borders, no stopped stimulus, while you have increased and have removed restrictions of rate or rent increases. People are in long 40-year mortgages. Yeah, I mean, this is really great. Gotta say, this is so much better than Trump. What did he say? Oh, well, I can't really say anything he said about black folks, but he called those other countries right, which right now are going to be voting, because that's why they're flooding in record numbers our borders to to basically be that buffer class to ensure we stay on the bottom class of society. That's what we're missing, I guess, with Trump being gone in 2 years. All of the things you're finding black folks dealing with right now is financial, judicial, all in the policy area. None of what black folks face today has anything to do with what a president says or tweets. No, we're affected by policy. Policy alone. No, oh, he said this. Oh, he tweeted this. No, we're affected by policy. That's one thing that's happening right now with this whole Kanye West situation. He's getting a chance to make something bigger that shouldn't really necessarily be the biggest thing right now. But I do not necessarily see, if he wants to be the martyr, go right on ahead. Like I said, I think he jumped into an argument he was not ready to articulate. And not only that, he's going out here doing all of this extra. There's so many people he could have got to speak. Now, see, here's the thing that always happens with the Hebrew situation. See, with the Nation of Islam, there's a protocol. So you're always looking to defer to someone who is under the minister. When it comes down to all of these other religions, not even religions, because Hebrew Israelites, for the most part, are not religion. Some groups that clarify themselves as Hebrew Israelites can be clarified as religion. But that's a whole deeper conversation. Uh, but for all general purposes, all of these different groups do not fall under one leadership, like say a Nation of Islam, and that's fine. But that always allows you to have a lot of random people popping out saying, "I'm this, I'm that, I represent this, I represent that," and you have to basically see how time plays out to see who's authentic and who's not. Well, we see how things are happening around us now, don't we? You got Kanye out here talking about, well, yeah, we're 12 tribes of Israel. Do y'all remember the last time you heard that in the mainstream? Let's go back to 2020, July 4th, day of Minister Farrakhan's Criterion, the speech in the garden. The very same day, down in Stone Mountain, Georgia, there was a march with armed protesters who calls themselves the NFAC. Now, this is no slight for the people who got down with them. Now for me, I have my own personal feelings about how that whole thing went down, considering how I knew how other groups were on alert for the 4th of July, because there was a credible Klan threat. So it was kind of interesting that they were coordinated on a day when all these other black groups are they're kind of on heightened alert. So that struck me strange. The other thing that struck me strange is that there's a bunch of dudes with weapons talking about, we're out here for the 12 tribes of Israel. I've never seen, no one can ever say they saw the Hebrew Israelites out there with guns on the corner. We gonna preach the word. No, you've never seen that. Stop that. So that was off, but it made it look okay again. So if you have somebody to take that seriously and say, well, that's what all the Hebrew Israelites are about, do you know what that does? Because for groups that like I played on my last broadcast, how they like to move their delusion. And when people who like to move their delusions on to other people have power, you get places like Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Devil's Punch Bowl, places like that. This is the outcome of, and this is historical. I'm not just saying, that this didn't happen or it was happenstance that all of these other things align. No, it happened. This is the history of this place, which means it's the history of the people and society of this place. Look right now with Kanye West. See, with this whole Kanye West, excuse me. Oh, Yellow Cat, I see in the house. I see somebody else. Who's that? Oh, Bands or Bang Pros. I see it. Bang Pros. And Samuel Logan. Samuel Logan, what is going on? But with the way that, things are taking place, Okay, I see what you guys are saying. Yes, Trill Spill. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have seen things take place that just are now we should know are irregular. So when things pop up, if you know how a certain group moves, like I said, NOI, Hebrews, they're not going to be out there with guns. So when you see something like that, okay, well, yeah, all right, I'll take that into account. So then all of a sudden it's just bam, bam, bam. You're getting press. There's a whole grassroots movement that the mainstream media has either tried to mislabel, ignore, or shut down. But this dude can go out there with guns. And he's getting cameras and camera time. Yeah, red flag. Red flag. Because you can't tell me that people who put out movies and put out documentaries don't rate more so than a person that just hopped out last night. And then that person just gets multiple interviews. Nah, that's a setup. That's controlled opposition. At least that's how it appears to me. And then, how all things, they now he has this conviction, gets to kind of disappear. Because who can confirm where he really is? He just disappears into the system, and that's that. But, yeah. So like I said, just look at how they're doing Kanye West right now. They are tearing that dude up. And he really thought that he had a good thing going. I don't know. He picked the wrong angle. And so the angle that he took, if he got advised to do that by Candace Owens and that crowd, because that's how the lines that he's using. Again, look at right now what he's doing. He's not running to the new black media. He's still running to right wingers. That tells you a lot. So, I mean, for me, that's where you want to be. You want to roll over there? Okay. That's what it is. But stop with all the, it's I'm black thing. No. You thought you was one of them anyway. And damn your own people. So, remember what Young Thug was talking about? Young Thug doesn't have as much money as Kanye. We just out here having money. We iced out and everything. We just having fun, man. I ain't worried about none of that over here. I ain't worried about none of that. Okay. All right. Rob all banks. What's going on? So, as you see, yeah, that's how it happens, man. Yikes. So, tonight, this is a very singular conversation. I just really want to know. We're going to talk about this. Because I got the interview when Ice Cube went on to Fox Soul. I want to take a look at that, but we'll take a look at first this other video. And yeah, we got 34 people in here. I'll probably play this video another time before we're done. But are y'all ready for Zilloween? Are y'all ready for Zilloween? Let me know. Put some claps in the chat. Let me see some black claps in the chat. Let me know if y'all ready to see my presentation of Zilloween. Let me see some claps in the chat, family. I see. Okay, we getting in here. All right. Okay. Yeah, let me see some claps in the chat. So we okay, all right. Yeah, there we go. So what we gonna do now is show you our rendition of Thriller. the beatzillapdx official way. Shout out to Watermouth for the vocals on this piece, and shout out to Michael Pakistan. And y'all will definitely enjoy this. If you are drinking anything right now, take your last drink now. I'll give you a few seconds. Take your sip, swallow it good, and then sit your drink down. So you are. I don't want anybody to injure themselves. So make sure that you are in a good place to where you're good. Okay. So all right, we are finna get into this. This is Happy Zilla Ween.
Water. B-house. Now if I said I'm out the game, homie, it ain't funny, cause I still get hood when it comes to my money. Never switch, never snitch, never touch that strict, never have, never will. Let's harass, get rich out the Northwest, where you know the bomb is the best. Midwest side, rather trying to rise like the rest. I jumped in, Watermouth and brought $1 million in for my niggas in the pen. Must leave they children, I got tossed in the street life by my great granny, but I still got love, even if you can't stand me close. Friend double crossed me, so I had to really mean. Actually a good nigga just trapped in sin. It's a battle of the spirits, can't you hear it in my lyrics? Can't near nigga stop me, cause I'm gon' go get it. Competition got me stressing shit, I bless them shit, I wear them shit, I give them what they ask for. Water, what's the message? Never speak if you don't know it, hold your hand up, don't show it if you get the ball the last play. Nigga don't blow it, cause the world is steady watching you, police is steady watching too. Get up off your ass, little nigga, what you gon' do? Jump, you got a problem, nigga, jump, you wanna solve it, nigga, jump, dearly departed, nigga, jump, into the water, nigga, jump, you got a problem, nigga, jump, you tryna solve it, nigga, jump, into the water, nigga, jump, into the water. Another year, another dollar, weather law. Hear me holler, see me celebrate, demonstrate. Come deep underwater in the booth, letting loose. Come on, rider, tell the truth. Thank God for another year. Let's blow the roof. Pass the Hennessy and the Remy, baby girl, go get the telly. You gotta use your ID. I ain't all Kelly. No, you wanna come in first place. Take this to the face. Me and my niggas, we stay with it. Politics and state to state. Got the feds constantly watching me. Right now, I'm on the scope. Giving my niggas what they ask for. Cooking this ghetto dope. I freeze MCs like I dust my enemies. Prophesizing that they freeze. I'm out the penitentiary. Can't fuck with you niggas. Less than strictly about that money. Already told you once before. Me and my niggas stay hungry from the back of the brain to the tip of the tongue. Leaving these niggas on the run. Nigga, you got a problem. Get off your ass and come get some. You got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. Dearly departed, nigga. Into the water, nigga. You got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. Dearly departed, nigga. Into the water. Now if I said it, then I meant it. Like that nigga Charles Bennett. If she's looking bad, I get it, but I probably pass with it. Cause it's often after that money, man. Hoes out here don't understand. Love ain't got shit to do with costing the motherfucker pain. You the one that they call trick. Something the whole hood dead. Can't even respect the G. Going and get your shit. Speaking off them damn lies. Can't even look me in my eyes. Going to do what you do best. Yeah, shit ain't a damn surprise. I'ma stay up on my dough. Smoking blunts in the studio. Moving units from state to state and dump it back on the popo. Taking off at the mouth quick. If your ass is too slick, no matter the state, I'ma hood stuff it and I'm gon' keep it rich. Fucking whoever co-sign, robbing the motherfucker blind. Black men, black pride, you know I got to get mine. Since 75, I've been alive, world got a tight hole. Go good, competitor, murder rap, man, this shit's go. Got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. Dearly departed, nigga. Into the water, nigga. You gotta solve it, nigga.
Yeah. Happy Zilloween. Happy Zilloween. Yes, indeed. I hope y'all enjoyed that. And once again, if you have not, uh, uh, if you are new here, this is the beatzillapdx official show. And this is our Friday show, to which we call the Weekly Wrap Up.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a monthly with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm glad y'all like that. We'll probably play that again before we get up out of here. You know, and that's actually, you know what? There is another one. There is another video. So, you know, we are going to talk about it. But first, let's get into this other collage that I made. This collage, of course, is about the topic of tonight. But I wanted to make it to where, you know, I wanted to set up the visuals for you. So this is a nice little collage. After you hear Ice Cube speak, I want you to go back and just think of what you've seen in the original thumbnail, because we're going to talk about that too, about that Fox Soul thing. Because remember, in 2020, I guess really somewhere around 2016 all the way to 2020, it was real anti-black man. Heavy. Well, of course, because they just celebrated and see, they were trying to do it again. And then that fell flat. But remember,
and we forget that it's okay to take the cape off.
Yeah. Well, it looks like all of that whole agenda, which of course was Democratic. See, here's the thing. You can't lead an anti-black charge with clear Democratic operatives against black men. And so it's a whole anti-black man charge. We're just going to keep going at him and blame him for this and blame him for that. Oh, now, yeah, we forgot. They're a voting power as well. Now it matters. Well, yeah. So this next video, I guess, yeah, it's about 4 minutes long. Soak all of this in. You'll hear Chuck Schumer talking off script. Unfortunately, I guess somebody picked this up on a hot mic, talking to Joe Biden. They are worried. The Democrats are worried. Bernie Sanders was just here. Bernie Sanders was literally just here for the Democratic nominee for governor here, which is, it's not looking good. I mean, they're pulling out all the stops. They're putting, which is weird. You know what's so funny? Here's another thing, YouTube, I noticed. Tina Kotek's videos are always, her ads are always unskippable. However, all of the anti-Tina Kotek videos are skippable. So any positive Tina Kotek video, YouTube, we are seeing this. This is what I'm seeing in here in my algorithm in my region. Those for the Democrat we're forced to watch all of it. The Democratic opponent, none of their videos have a like mandatory view. All the Republican or independent candidates get skippable videos. They get skippable ads. Democrats, so that's noticeable. So you're given an edge. So if this Tina Kotek woman loses, that says a lot. Because y'all are going out of your way to do all the subtle things to try to ensure her a victory. And she still sucks as a candidate. She is a bad candidate. You basically have a white version of Stacey Abrams. You couldn't, man, okay, Democrats, y'all really thought that this plan was going to work. Not that anybody would ever listen to the black man that told y'all 30 years ago that it wouldn't, but, you know, again, here we are. I don't know what. At the end of the day, although illusions and delusions of grandeur seem to run rampant, always remember reality will always set the tone of nature. That's why you have women screaming and complaining about the IG algorithm, because it was making certain women feel ashamed of their appearance because they didn't look like the women on IG. Well, let's just ask ourselves. When we talk about the IG models, well, then who are we talking about? The whole IG model thing. So meaning that has changed what mainstream or the dominant society's media was putting out. So here we are again. Remember, Ice Cube is one who is not only from a two-parent home, but is a two-parent home father himself, who has furthered his generation into business using generational wealth, building from his parents' foundation and going forward with that. So he's a representation of generational wealth as foundational Black Americans. I just want you to understand that. Because a lot of other things, man, he just wanted to get with Trump and this and that. This man owns a business. He owns a basketball league. He's made many of movies. He's made children movies while owning it. Who was doing that? Nonetheless, he has a plan for Black America. Brought in. It sounds great to all of us Black folks. Funny thing is, the only people that would want to talk to the man, which was 2 years ago, was Donald Trump while he was still in office. Oh, man, you must be with the Republicans, man. Oh, man. Okay, so what about the contract with Black America now that there's not a Republican in office? Oh, I'll tell you, Fox Soul, you have Vivica Fox over there talking about, ooh, look at Harry. Yes, girl. Harry, light-skinned Harry. He took his woman, cowardly ran off. He was protecting his woman, girl. Yeah. Yeah, Vivica blocked me. Coonstress. So anyway, here we go. Watch this. This is, like I said, about 4 minutes. And soak it all in, because I think I want to have some of y'all chime in tonight. I want some opinions on did the Democrats, because Ice Cube is one of ours. And when you're looking at the generation of voters that Democrats need to start appealing to, hello, they act like we 18-year-olds. No, we have 18. Well, actually, no, I don't even have an 18-year-old. Both my kids are 18. Shit. So here we go, family.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
The Biden administration agreed with 85% of what you had in there. What didn't they agree with?
I guess 85% because they didn't. I still haven't spoken to them about it, so they haven't done anything to act on it. I've had one conversation with an assistant to the president, but no talk with the president, and no other movement. So we're still working though. We're still, like I said, working behind the scenes. We have, hopefully a major announcement to make soon. And, we're going to go to the private companies and see if they are willing to change some of their practices to move the needle and help, all of us prosper.
How did you view the heat that you took for engaging with the Trump administration?
I just think people didn't understand, exactly where I was coming from. And people are really used to seeing, black people just go on one side to the Democratic Party. And, we've been doing that for a long time as a people, and we haven't really gained as much as I believe we should. And I believe it's important to engage with both sides, and not just one side, because if the one side you're engaging with doesn't respond, there's nowhere to turn. So I think by engaging with both sides, you put everybody on notice that whoever's going to do the most for the people is who we should roll with, even if it goes against what the majority of the country wants.
You
He is. That scene, we're in danger of that scene. Taking it back. It's close. Well, it looks like the debate didn't hurt us as much in Pennsylvania as it today, so that's good. And basically, we're picking up steam like that. Yeah. Right. Right. Didn't go out. We did a phone call, yeah. The state where we're seeing this reverse, the state where we're going down now, it's hard to believe that they will go for the win.
By the way, the lockdown
tomorrow, yeah. But our vote, our early turnout in Georgia is huge. That's the end of democracy. It's like not a democratic states when they do that. But this is great, not just for us, but for the whole country. Because this is going to happen over and over again.
Yeah, it's going to happen over and over again because voting is up. We saw voter turnout early, especially early voting turnout is up in Georgia for Kemp and Herschel Walker. So, man, it'll actually be great for the country. I guess that's how you can spin it. I mean, because truth be told, you could basically have bureaucratic lockdown for a whole nother 4 years, depending on who's getting in office. Who knows? But then it also will require a lot of overhauling change, which I believe people are ready for. We could see that now. We can see that now. People are ready for the change. So as more people start coming in, because for those of you who are just now getting in the live, please like and share, by the way. But if you are just now tuning in, then you missed something that we played earlier called Happy Zilloween. And if you missed it, well, then, let us know in the chat that you missed it. It's okay. If you were late, I know brother Tariq Nasheed just did a space. I'm not sure if that's still going or not, because I know he doesn't tend to do too long of spaces. So he might be going right now. But as y'all are coming on in here, I know the business is going now. So, y'all, thank you. I definitely thank you and appreciate you for all that come and attend these lives and all the rewatchers as well. Because I understand everybody can't be in everybody's live and be in your favorites at the same time. I get it. So I appreciate all you rewatchers. Because y'all are like the heavy viewers. The rewatchers are the real heavy solid hitters. Leave a comment, y'all, because y'all be coming over here watching. So leave a comment and a like, because for all the rewatching that y'all doing, I ain't getting the likes that go along with that. So if I could get a like with that replay, that'd be great. That would be great. Still Kevin Tree said, rewatch gang. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. RG Titan 901. I see you in the house. Yes, indeed. Yo, 103 Queenin. Blackjack 21. What's going on? Yes, indeed. World Views. That's a cold name right there. Yeah, that is a cold name right there. So, you know how we do. Also, before we get into this conversation even further, there's another video. Because, see, I like to be fair. So let's see what we're voting for. Let's see these people that we're dealing with. And let me know. Because as for me, I have moved on from the old, we just got to vote blue no matter who. I've long been away from that. So I hope that you will join us in the same venture and start voting our interests. So whatever that looks like in your area, especially on the local level, your county and your, I don't know if you're in a district, if you live in one of those type of cities, your district politics and all of that stuff matters. And most definitely go through your voters pamphlet and look at the, because see, where people get voting messed up, you're not just voting for candidates. So if you don't vote for a candidate at all, still go through and make sure you are watching those initiatives that people are trying to get pushed through. Because that's the important part of the voting game is them initiatives that people be trying to put through, and referendums and all of that type of jazz. You want to pay attention to that. So if you're voting for nothing else, at least make sure that you protect yourself that way. So make sure you go through them pamphlets and make sure you know what voting yes or voting no on a particular measure means for you and your family and whatnot. So, yeah, if you don't have a candidate, vote for your damn self. Write yourself in. Shit, I told people, stop telling people to do that. I'll say it in 16, I'll say it in 20, and I'll say it in 22. If there's no one that you're feeling, write your own name in there. Hell, vote me in. You can say, I voted for president. I voted for myself. I voted for mayor. I voted for myself. I voted for governor. I voted for myself. Hell, I know I'm promising me something. My candidate didn't win, but it ain't my fault they didn't get all the votes they needed. You know what I'm saying? So here's the next video, just, showing you what's going on. Oh, and tomorrow morning there is the replay of midterm madness is playing in the morning. So that will be running at 9 a.m. West Coast time, Pacific. But check this out, family.
You heard the word reparations there. The NAACP defines it as financial recompensation for African Americans whose ancestors were slaves. Tuberville seemed to be saying that blacks are, quote, the people that do the crime. Now, the Democratic Party does not support reparations, though President Biden has supported studying the issue.
I don't know why it's playing so janky like this. This is absolutely on my nerves. I just don't know what to say, family. StreamYard. That is something you definitely need to fix. The quality of the videos that are playing through this system should not have that much of a damn issue while sharing. Get your shit together. No, it ain't YouTube. That's StreamYard. That's StreamYard's fault. Get it together, StreamYard. Because that don't make no damn sense, man. Let me see if I can get this here. Let me do something. I bet you this ain't going to work no way. But what I can do, let's get this chat up over 40, and then we'll go back to Zillaween. Yeah, they hating. That looks crazy. So here, let me do this. Let me get this out of here. Bring this in here. That's not going to work either. All righty. Y'all see that story about Nancy Pelosi's husband getting ran up on in his house? Something about that just seemed off. You know, something don't seem right about that. It's like, how on earth is a whole person like, I mean, Nancy Pelosi, now not to mention this is at her house in San Francisco. That was the other odd thing. I was like, so this didn't take place this didn't take place in Washington, D.C. This literally takes place in San Francisco. Well, I believe she's still in Washington, D.C. It's like, oh, well, she wasn't there at the moment. I was like, well, yeah, isn't she in Washington? So, yeah, I can totally see that. So here, let me get this in here. So we'll go ahead and start in on this.
Is making headlines not only for his music,
right
but his
now.
involvement with policy and politics. Please, everybody, welcome Ice Cube. Hello, sir.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, you.
Yo, what's up? What's up,
happening?
Lisa Ray? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you.
Good. How's everybody doing?
Bless.
Good.
And we're also very appreciative of you taking the time to come talk to us here. I know everyone's trying to get a piece of you and talk to you and have you on their platform. So we definitely appreciate that. So thank you. I want to ask you just out the gate how you're doing. You know, how have you been coping with the pandemic, the civil unrest? Black people have always been through trying times, but it's a little extra right now on top of our regular stress. We got another layer on top. You know, we got 10 on 20 right now. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, the pandemic, it hit everybody and caught everybody off guard. Thank God for D Nice, who started spinning them records, man, and kept people just, you know, kind of, you kept our sanity, you know what I'm saying? And then the thing with George Floyd happened.
Yes.
Which shook everybody to our core. You know, when you hear a man, you know, scream for his mama, I think everybody in the world felt that. So, you know, everything switched reels for me. And I just been on this quest trying to get us true equality, you know, not just equality on, social issues, but economic equality, which is, just as important.
Now, let me stop right there. Economic equality. This is 2020. See, here's a problem with all of these operatives having a different agenda and pushing a different agenda amongst our community. Now you're behind 2 more years because doing the Democrat bidding was more important than looking out for your community. Good grief. Excuse me. So again, doesn't this, it just think about it. 2 years ago, here's a contract with Black America. We're focusing on things there. We should be 2 years advanced in this conversation. But they went out of their way, and there you don't see any non-Black people on the screen. Them and all of these others and all of these people who used to hop up in my timelines talking about, I think that he just let the Republicans use him. Y'all know how stupid you look right now? Because, you must. Because none of you have anything to publicly say anything about politics right now. Literally, all of them are quiet. Not a person who was speaking back then who was hating on Trump every day. Y'all remember that? And I'm sure you, especially in your Facebooks. Every other day, they found a reason to be talking about Trump. You ain't never seen Black folks caring about politics. But they weren't caring about politics. They were only caring about Trump. Do y'all see the difference? They cared about who they liked and then got manipulated to basically vote themselves in a 2-year further hole and took all the rest of us with them. Now saying, well, if you don't vote, then you ain't got nothing to shame. But you got what you voted for. How did this benefit all of us? Well, it's still better than Trump. How? Inflation, homelessness crisis, food shortage. I don't see where we're winning.
Well, let's just jump right in then, Q, because I have been, looking at some of the bites from your interview. You did an interview with Roland Martin, which helped me, I'm going to say, because I will say that when I first heard that you were supporting Trump, I was like, wait a minute, what? Hold on, because you my boy. So I was like, I got a personal insight. I'm going to call him directly.
Okay, so first off, we're talking about a contract with Black America. Did you hear her mention when I heard snippets of this and I heard, why didn't, as you my boy, I heard about your contract with Black America? All of these people knew who Trump was. All of y'all have kicked it with Trump, like with when it was about 20 years ago. All of you were in the same room with that man, kicking it, drinking it up, kikiing, Lord knows what else. So now all of a sudden, when I heard it, you stop it. If y'all don't get out here with that, all y'all got pictures with Trump somewhere. Shut up.
I didn't say I was supporting Trump. So
allegedly, right? That's what I heard. That's what the bite, the sound bite.
Yeah.
No, you did not. And again, he's there for the contract for Black America. Are you seeing how they are doing him right now? And by doing him this way, I want y'all to understand that's all of us. That's all of us. And see, some of us have taken that to heart. And now they're reaping the benefits of debacles like this. We're going to get on here and we're going to shame him into voting for Joe Biden. Okay, if you did shame people into voting for Joe Biden at this point in time, How is that sitting now? How does that age after only 2 years? Let's see how foolish these individuals sound.
You know, that's why people got to do their research. And I watched that interview and I heard you break it down to why you were involved, why you met with both sides, and when you got involved, which was not just recently.
Now she's lying. To this day, that's why I played the other video. What did he say? They still have not met. He talked with an aide, but nothing further than that. She just went out of her way to lie. Now, first off, she's setting up a completely false narrative. I thought that was your boy. And he has a contract for Black America. You have this man on your broadcast to absolutely sabotage a plan for Black America? Listen to the treason. This is calculated treason, family. You're the agent that this is what it looks like.
And so when I said, you know, what contract was he talking about? This contract of Black America, like, what is that? Where did it come from? I did not know. So when I think of things that I don't know,
Ice Cube's contract with Black America. What is she talking about? The hell is she talking about? I mean, I just didn't know, I'm just, I'm confused. I'm just not certain, I heard that it was, where did it come from? Ice Cube's contract with Black America. I didn't know where it came from. Ice Cube's contract with Black America. I mean, I'm just pointing out that because people probably watched this and you weren't really paying attention to the garbage that they were setting up. But we're just in and they're already setting up a false argument. This was never to promote what he was talking about. This was only to make sure you shot it down.
I automatically assume that a whole lot of people out there don't know. So I would want you to educate me as well. So what did make you go to the administration and speak with them?
Well, what happened was, it was a lot of yelling, a lot of people upset, a lot of reforms being put on the table during George Floyd. But I was looking around for a document that really was speaking on what's the needs in the community and what do we need across the board, not just from government, but from the private sector too. Because there's a lot of companies that are involved in our pain. And they got to pay up too. They owe us reparations as well in some shape or form. So it was nothing. I was looking around. I'm like, damn, where is the document? Where is the ask? What are we asking for as a people across the board that deals with not only police brutality, but all our needs? So I started working on it myself with some smart people I know. We end up getting economists involved, people like Derek Hamilton. We started to go and just find the smartest minds to help try to put a document together so we can actually have something to say, damn, all this is things we need. This is so anybody Black could look at our document and say, yeah, support this, support, some of the things that we have. Now, I'm not a politician and I shouldn't be the one to have to put this thing together. We've had politicians in place for a long time and they haven't come up with something like this. So I was surprised, but that didn't stop me. And we put that together July 1st and we revamped it about let me get the timeline here. We revamped it July 19th. And from then, people wanted to interview me about it. So I went on just promoting the contract with Black America, hoping to be contacted by any of the politicians saying, yo, this is a great idea. Everybody that I would show would say, oh, these are great ideas. This is common sense. This is things that should be in place already, but they're not. So I was just kind of saying, okay, we're going to
initiative.
Yeah, starting an initiative, and I'll make a long story short. I was just going up, basically saying, okay, we're going to go after the private sector. We're going to go after the banks. We're going to go after Hollywood. We're going to go after the people that we know got their hands in the cookie jar. You know what I mean? So then we started to get contacted from the Democrats on September 8th. And then we started talking to them. Then we got contacted by the Republicans. So that's when the ball started rolling.
Now, right there. That's how you're supposed to be handling business, isn't it? That is a proper tactic of negotiation. What is the issue? He's setting it out there. He's setting a product. And this is a businessman that we're talking about nonetheless. A solid black businessman. He's been able to put things out there in the wind over time and create businesses. So why would he not have the same mind to say, I have a product and someone has to come bid on my product? All of a sudden, we're going to start dwindling this obviously smart man down to street level sense that ain't never left the street and ain't never learned nothing. All of a sudden, that's who this guy is. Why? Because I guess number one, the way he's dressed, I guess you could say. But again, this is in the midst of a pandemic, so I guess you could say, well, he's looking a little rough. So yeah, he still got that F the police on him. Yeah, I guess. But I just can't help but notice how the whole thing is setting up to argue the point of foundational Black Americans getting a contract with the government. Because literally it's putting, and shout out to Ice Cube for this, because literally this puts the Black vote in position, the position of bargaining power. I think that's the main thing that the Democrats was upset with. Because the timing, you got new Black media already pushing the line out here. The grassroots is pushing the line. People are starting to pull up. Things are happening that were not happening before. We got to do something. we got to do something. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I look at that. So let's go back. Let's see what more they have to say.
Then, so it's not just like I just jumped into anything. I mean, I just did the contract, and then people started to contact me.
Hold on, let me get that on the screen so y'all can see it. The contract with Black America was designed. Wait a minute, let me make this bigger for myself. Hold on. Okay, this contract with Black America was designed to start the hard conversations. It was made to be perfected and debated. So please add comment and suggestions so we can create a better contract with America that will help create a better and more perfect union. All right. That's pretty fair. It's not railing against any other group, and it's not railing against or for any particular party. Why? Because as we have already said, this is about us. So it's a contract with Black America.
Not the other way around. I was hoping the Democrats would be all over me. But that wasn't the case. And I understand it wasn't like I was throwing a fit. I just was like, okay, we're going at the private sector. And then the Republicans contacted me. And to me, if you're speaking for Black people, you should speak to whoever is in power or about to be in power.
And I think you had a statistic, you said something about there has been 7,000 Black people elected, and you felt like in offices for us, and you felt like they ain't made a change. We've not come far at all with 7,000 of us in there. What are we going to do? Who is going to take this and say, okay, I'll be in the front line of this, and then get in the front line and have everybody come on board with you? Because let's be honest, you are Ice Cube and you do have a huge platform. So
now now here's the other Democratic shield play. Let me now that I know what you are, you're a businessman, you're a rapper, you're not a politician, but you were able to write legislation. Now, in no other group do they ask all of the people who help support other candidates and are the back, because there's jobs for what that is in politics. There's a position for that. And guess what? It's not. It's not making that person the head politician. They're the financee. So they have to be able to move and shake and get the money. That type of individual needs to be the backbone for a candidate, not be the candidate. That puts too much pressure on the money. See how they're doing? That's calculated. This is just how devious and wicked these damn people are. And they will do this type of stuff just proudly too, taking a check. That's because, trust me, they're not stupid about how this affects the rest of everybody. They are well aware of that. They're doing it willfully. That's treason.
So I would say that for me to know that you've been using your platform to be able to have an initiative like that, I think it's worth you doing the interviews that you're doing and letting everybody know and hear your voice on why.
I just want to jump in and say, I just don't think it's that fair to the 7,000 Black elected officials that have been in office.
Right, to say that they've done nothing. Right?
Yeah.
There go Vivica. Yeah, right. Saying that they ain't doing nothing. I mean, shit. They be having fish fries and they be dancing and cutting the jig and having all kind of fun with the folk. Now, what's wrong with you, boy? This is shameful. it just dawned on me. I'm like, you know what? How is this working out for y'all? Democrats, Black Biden sexuals. Y'all was applauding this 2 years ago. Yes. She told him they was using Ice Cube. They was just using him. And all of you got used and stuck. Stupid. And gotta keep getting stuck. Boy, you sure did win, huh? Man, they were doing all kind of illegal things. Y'all just went right with everything they was talking about. Why? Because it was the Democrats. Joe Biden said it might be true. The Katanja and Kizzy and oh man, them Democrats, they showing us love because we got representation, y'all. See, all of them congressional Black caucuses that's worried about the Caribbean and putting all that money everywhere else while sitting over there cutting the jig with the people of Houston. I mean, no. That's doing something. Don't you just discount all that dancing and fish frying. Because see, yes, they're very great. When it came time to vote for abortion rights, they were right there. When it came time to stand in the gap for illegal immigrants, taking black folks' places, then they were right there doing their job. They are good, solid citizens of America. It's so bad. Like I'm saying, y'all be talking about. I love the Joshua or the Moses generation. Trust me. Oh yeah, I got love for the Moses generation, but I'm of the Joshua generation, and I want to make it to the promised land before I'm in the Moses generation. So y'all got to get the hell up out the way. I mean, you know, it's time. See, if everybody else prepares their young, if you showed me within that Moses generation the system that is preparing the youth to take the reins versus them just dying off and waiting for them to be replaced by whoever their handlers tell them they want there, who's down for that? That ain't for me. But let's hear it. Cause see, now they're using a fake prop as like the Do Nothing Black Caucus and all of these other worthless so-called black leaders that we never see do anything for black folks, specifically ever. Now all of a sudden, oh, you just can't say they ain't did nothing.
Because I think that is I think that's a slippery slope to walk down, because as we saw with Barack,
a lot of progress has been made.
It's not as simple as you get elected and bam, you can make all these changes one man.
Right.
I never.
Then why was you mad at Trump? Are you hearing? While making an argument, you're literally debunking your argument because of your hatred for the other party. This is literally where we're talking about. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Never said that 7,000 people, black people, have never did anything. I said that since the 60s, there's been over 7,000 black politicians elected in prominent positions. And our situation, you know, as far as the wealth gap hasn't changed. We flatlined from the 60s to now. We have not gained or closed the wealth gap. So that's the major problem. I understand we got a lot of people, you know, working hard for progress. That the facts are, it hasn't happened in the traditional way. So that's why I want to break the mold.
So I just want to say, first of all, you know, there's this whole cancel culture that we have. First of all, ain't nobody canceling no damn Ice Cube. Let me just say that first out the gate. This is NWA.
Thank you.
He was the first to say fuck the police. So go sit down. Nobody's canceling Ice Cube, and if you are canceling, that's fucking stupid. Second of all, I do think that it is very good that you are taking an initiative to, and I like how you say bipartisan, because that means both parties. This is for both parties. We want both parties to jump onto this. This is not just, oh, this person, that person. We want everybody to grab a hold on to what African-American people need singularly. And I remember we talked about this on Cocktails. Remember, Lisa Ray, when you asked the question before, you were like, well, who's going to do something? Who's going to lead singularly for African-Americans? Now, I do know that there have been tons of initiatives. CBC has initiatives all the time, Congressional Black Caucus, the Nation of Islam. Hey, right here, National Agenda. They've had an entire agenda that happened right after the Million Man March. It was presented to, what's the name? The president that was in, what's his name? Clinton. It was presented to the Clinton administration. So we have tried. There has been trying going on. But one thing I do like about your initiative is that it is singular to Black people. That gap, that wealth gap is a fool, and it does need to be fixed immediately. But here's my question. I watched you on the Black Report the other day on Friday, and they asked you, hey, Q, what do you think about, you know, when you see the Black Man March, and how does that make you feel? And you said something that was really profound that stood out to me. You said you know what? I wish that Black people and Black men could watch this over again and get back to this, because you said even myself, we need to get back to this type of unity, this type of connecting. And so my thing is, let's say whoever get in office, it ain't gonna matter. The initiative is set, and then it's like nothing's happening, or something is happening, or whatever, it's there. Now, let's say they give us all the $500 billion that we asked for. Do you honestly think, and I'm not even trying to be funny or trying to catch nobody up, and I'm just asking like a real question.
And counting.
With the state of how our community is already broken, how we already have PTSD, how we already are not connecting already interculturally, the infrastructure of African Americans in general is just jammed up with or without money. Do you think, and what could be the process of, once we get this money, of implementing it properly into our communities and really being able to allocate it where
there was a whole bunch of babble to get down to the question of control of the finance. That was the question. So that's what the question is. So when y'all get this money, who y'all gonna trust to manage it? That's, if you notice, that's the question that you keep hearing. So is it you gonna start your own bank? Nobody's even asking that question, because that's why they are asking, because they don't want you to do that. If you notice, that's never the question. So, so what's our plan to well, if we get reparations, right? And then, what do we do to maybe pull our resources together? It's called a bank. That's what it's called. Or a credit union, like Freedmen's Union. That's what you would call it, because the Freedmen's Bureau needs to be reestablished anyway. So that's part of the reparations platform. And I know that as far as Dr. Clyde Anderson and Sandy Darity, everybody who has presented reparations or even affirmative action have always had that in there. So here we go with another person setting up one of these all the way out arguments that does not have any place in the conversation. Why? Because it was already addressed. So what we gonna do with this type? We have the Freedmen's Bureau. So if you get reparations, part of the plans that have been presented for reparations literally includes it. So this is what I'm talking about. Because for the people who aren't invested in reparations, they'll hear all of this roundabout going nowhere talking and think that she's really getting at a point. No, she's trying to confuse you. And she's damn sure trying to get you up off your paper. So, yeah, back to that.
Where it makes sense and matters, and what's going to be necessary for that to happen.
Well, what I said on the show about the Million Man March was the fact that it was the Million Man March, but it was a day of atonement. It was a day where we were gonna bury the hatchet with each other. It was the day when we were supposed to go back to our neighborhood kind of as new people and try to, make things better. Right. And, it just didn't happen the way, we all envisioned it. But that don't mean we can't start. We do need financial help in our communities, but we also gotta make a commitment to ourselves to clean up ourselves. It do start with the person in the mirror. You can't deal with the white man out here until you deal with the white man in there. You see what I mean? So you have to clean up. We have to clean up ourselves. We've been poisoned by this
you can't
society.
be a bad witch, ladies.
We've been poisoned by trying to live like the people who've had us oppressed, and what they are attracted to, we're attracted to.
For those of you who don't know, that's actually a breakdown of a biblical scripture. I believe that's in either Ecclesiastes or Proverbs. Do not envy your oppressors. So what he did was just give you the breakdown, the ideological breakdown of an actual scripture, which was absolutely correct. And and smart. But I know a lot of people be like, oh, that book, because you're not really looking at it with a philosophical eye. You're still tied to what they told you it was. By now, you know, let me say this. By now, you know they represent the deceiver. Like that, like the government gnat that always shows up when I go live. I'm telling you, boy, this gnat has got to have the longest life on the planet. It's been over a year now. Never fails. Always got to show up sometime. It would not be a broadcast without the government gnat showing up. Make sure it makes an appearance. Black Alpha Network in the house. Salute, my brother. Yes, sir. My the other half of the certified truth. You understand? Not to be confused with others, but you know how we get down. We bring it to you on the positive tip. And, you know, we've been serving up this midterm madness. I'm going to get this snack, man. Watch. I mean, it never fails. They're like, there's no food over here, buddy. What's over here? Like, I don't have a banana, no fruit, no nothing. Just me and a mic and a camera. Go figure. Knight Rider, American PsyOp. Rob Allbank said, and many people don't want to believe it either. No, they don't. The Bible is a book of morality. That is it. It would be something to different folks. One thing you can actually do, you know what's funny? The one thing that I always tripped out of, I seen an Ashwa Kwesi video a long time ago. And like a lot of people that came up to me, like they were like, well, the Bible, man, we're debunking the Bible. We're debunking the Bible. Man, listen to Ashwa Kwesi. Like, did you listen to him? Like, yeah. Ashwa Kwesi give you a lot. But you know, one of the books that he uses to reference the ancient people to which he's talking about historically? The Bible that he just used to discount. But I mean, hey, man, don't listen to me. I got it. Everybody believes everything that they need to believe or not. But trust my judgment. Don't trust your own. No, I'm just saying. Trust. But my judgment would be like, yeah, this is what I got out of this. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But yeah, he literally uses it as a historical reference. So if nothing else, you could say, okay, well, these people existed here. These people existed there. I just don't know how you would base people's existence on a book that you said is plagiarism, but whatever.
We got to come out of that. We got to be our own people with our own flavor, our own style, our own morals, and we got to flip it. You know, I'm not Mr. Holy. I'm guilty of it too. So It's something we all have to start doing to clean ourselves up. But I think the key is to try to get the money in the hands of people who are doing things, who are trying to be on the right side, the progressive people, the people who are, business owners, people who want to own homes, people who want to beautify their homes so it isn't, just gentrified, so it's things where we can get money into responsible people's hands, and hopefully they'll hire the community to teach the community. They'll use the community to hopefully clean the community up. I also think the government has a job too. Why you use the armies just to come in and put guns on us and make sure we're not protesting? Why you don't use the armies to come fix fences and roofs and paint walls and do things to beautify the neighborhood? It's like they got to rethink how government works for the people, and they're not going to do it using the same old ways. You're going to have to push them. You're going to have to find pressure points, and you're going to have to use leverage when it's time.
I just got to make a quick statement, though, Q.
Go ahead.
If the administration that is in there right now hasn't done it for the past 3.5 years, what do you think is going to make them start in the next 4 years?
Black folks been voting for Democrats for over 50 years. What did you get? Name changes? Holiday that no one asked for? But the bills that were promised, both of them failed. And there was one Lift Every Voice plan that hasn't been heard of since then. Two years later, these people gonna tell you to vote for Stacey Abrams? How? Vote for Warnock? How? Vote for Tina Kotek? How? I can't trust the black ones. I'm damn sure not finna trust this white-haired lesbian. Because if they don't like me, these are heterosexual black women. They don't like me. How can I fare off with someone who don't even like men? This is the role of the Democrats, and this is where we've gotten. The Democrats got us catfish nuggets, just like you say. Fish fries. Hip hop concerts, and the the candidate could come out at the hip hop concert and tell you that we're gonna legalize weed. Come on, man. Come on, man.
That they are given more and given more during a pandemic. I know you got to take a break. Hold that thought, but I just got to ask that and make that statement because you can't make them owe them all of that, and they've been there for 3.5 years. So
I ain't trying to make them do nothing. So
we need them to do something if we're going to trust them to do it.
Wait. Well, here we are. They have 3.5 years. All right. Well, here we are too. Here we are with two, Vivica. Let's see. How's the progress on this?
You heard the word reparations there. The NAACP defines it as financial recompensation for African Americans whose ancestors were slaves. Tuberville seemed to be saying that blacks are, quote, the people that do the crime. Now, the Democratic Party does not support reparations, though President Biden has supported studying the issue.
Hold on, guys. We got to take a quick break. Okay. I definitely want to talk about that. I definitely want to talk about Q. You hit on some very, very good points about the military, but this current administration is using the military to enforce their own agenda, and we want to talk about that. So let's take a quick break. A lot of gems are being dropped here. We'll be back with more Cocktails with the Queens when we...
Damn, that sure didn't age well, did it? Woman, we are in a whole war that ain't got nothing to do with us, and we are funding it in Ukraine. Ooh-wee. Boy, this sure did not age well at all. Ooh, Lord. If you're talking about people that should never be given political advice, good grief. You tried it. You really tried it. You're in the most expensive situation right now under Joe Biden. Trump didn't spend nowhere near this amount of money on a war that ain't even us. Can anybody wrap their mind around that part? We were in Kuwait. We were in Iraq. We were in Afghanistan. We were at least there on our own issue. America chooses to be here. This isn't even America. We're just funding it by the month, by the billions. Oh boy, Claudia Jordan, did that statement ever age horribly? Wow.
We return right after this break.
Wow.
Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We have Ice Cube here, and we are talking about his contract with Black America and some very legit questions here. Vivica, before we went to break, you asked about if the current administration has not done it in 3.5 years, why now is this massive push with 2 weeks before the election? I understand, Ice Cube, you've been working with this since June, July, but we're hearing about it now. So it looks really, I think convenient. A lot of Black folks, it looks very, like, I feel like I don't, and I know this isn't your intention, but I feel like, you know how they use us all the damn time. You know what I mean?
Why now with a contract for Black America? It's convenient. You hear Vivica Beckman? It's convenient. No, it ain't. Especially those of us who you now know as the voices of New Black Media back in 2016, when we were being referred to as bots. No. So, I mean, just from 2020, come on, man. You know, like I said, yeah, we worked on that one. Yeah, we made sure that the whole bot thing is out the window, man. You can send that bot story somewhere else. Now y'all just got to figure, we got to figure out this misinformation, the disinformation. And now Elon Musk done got Twitter. So what they're going to try to do on Twitter is, all the racists are going to come out, dude. Then they're not going to censor them at all, bro. I mean, huh? Say what now? With this dude here? You kidding? I mean, the way they talk to Black folks is just outrageous. Just remember, this is that Donald Trump that they hate.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation.
But this is who they're mad at Ice Cube for.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population. Y'all do.
Do you call that convenient, Vivica? The whole pivot? Because, let's just remember, this meeting happened after, let me show you here. Oh, yeah. This statement here. This is quite the statement, Vivica, because this is November 7th, before you take office. So he had that meeting after that. So this is how he did you. The African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll always have yours. Yeah, with a knife in it. See, this is why we focus on Black issues, because that's actually our issues. We are a people. We are not a party. We could be a political party, but we would be a people that has a political party that represents the people. And the Democrats ain't that. The Republicans aren't that. See, here's the thing. We're just coming in. See, that's why. Listen out for the other subliminal mental programming agenda. There's only two parties. It's only a two-party system. Only two parties can win. Only two parties, two parties, two parties, two parties. No, there is not. That is not true.
I mean, both sides use celebrities, but check this out. The thing is this: I'm not here saying he gonna do anything, but
no,
he didn't make a promise to me. He made a campaign promise to the world, so he's on record for that. Now, we wanted Joe Biden on record. He has a plan, but I don't know if his plan really pinpoints Black people. So we want a plan that pinpoints Black people. We don't.
Not only did it not pinpoint Black people, but it has not been spoken of since.
I don't know if any of them going to do it. But when you have a person on record as a campaign promise, you have more to go at him with, because he's told the world this is what he's going to do. And if he doesn't deliver, he looks bad to everybody. Now, why hasn't dude done it in 3 years? I don't know. Nobody's been pressing him. Everybody's been like, he's the boogeyman, run. And nobody's been pressing him on behalf of Black people, because we've been just waiting for Democrats to get back in.
I do not agree with you on that statement. There has been a lot of people that have asked him, what about the wall? What about the kids in cages? I mean, there's a lot of things that trust me.
What about the wall? What about the kids in cages? What about them? Ice Cube was up here talking about a contract for Black America, talking about pinpointing Black America, meaning foundational Black American freedmen. Pinpointing that, knocking that part down. Do you see how she just took the conversation? Vivica Treason Fox. Oh man, she Black. Yeah. Are you seeing how devious and devilish and demonic she's acting? Because see, again, a contract for Black America is not a contract for Ice Cube. That's a contract for the group. Why are they not looking at all the pros of this contract? None of the pros are even being discussed. It's all trying to find a negative angle to talk about a contract with Black America because of Donald Trump. And Donald Trump might get wind of it. And then he might give Black folks something. So what? These people are so dedicated to the damn Democrats that they would sink reparations, family. So don't you ever let these people come around you telling me, I support reparations. Well, then be quiet. And truth be told, I'm going to tell you like this. Here's the next question for that. Have you contributed to every new Black media individual that you know of? If you support reparations, have you contributed to the medium of media that is getting the message out that everybody always likes to deny actually exists? You know, because clearly it's not an echo chamber, because when you actually affect the change of dynamics of votes, and make no mistake how much attention is being paid to my city, because we don't be seeing people out here doing the work. The work is how it comes to you and whatever you gonna do to it. So however that looks like for the individuals, however that looks, effectiveness, everyone sees. Now, if you're like everybody else that wants to be the me, look at me person, more power to you. But I consider effectiveness to be the me power. While everybody else wants to be seen, we'll be busy being effective. Now, look at my state. President been here. Elizabeth Warren been here. Bernie Sanders done been here. President Obama went to Georgia and did a PSA video for the candidate here, because this party is in trouble. And it's not that I'm preaching pro-blackness out here that has these people moving in a different direction. It's just a clear-cut failure. And here's one thing that white supremacists, especially those that don't like me, that hate watch me right now, even you have to agree, I'm right. Like I've been saying, because make no mistake, family, there are definitely white supremacists who watch me. All my numbers that come out of this city most definitely ain't the black folks. They just trying to figure out what party they trying to go to, some of them. There are, and then the other ones, they work for folks that they can't really just be publicly like supporting me. You know what I'm saying? So if they publicly support me, they might feel like they might lose their job. And who knows? They might. I wouldn't be shocked. Shoot, me and Teresa, Crenshaw, they ain't too fond of us around here. Yep, they not too fond of us around here. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. If you really exist for the cause, then you will walk in it and live in it. But I'm only living my purpose. I can't live nobody else's, and y'all should not put a purpose that does not fit that individual on anybody. And I see that too much. But nonetheless, this brother here, and they're trying to do that to this brother. Because, like, number one, they tried to already make him a politician, right? Now they're trying to make him a Republican. Then they're trying to try to soft shoot a conversation to make him MAGA. He ain't that. He's not even supporting Trump. What he's trying to get to the conversation is he's supporting black people. And for some reason, y'all remember 2020 and all the people that used to use that line? Being for black folks is all about being with Trump or MAGA? No, I'm black. What Trump got to do with us? Man, y'all ain't no Trump. Afro Elite in the house. What's going on, my brother?
I'm not going to give him no plus signs whatsoever.
But check this out. I'm talking about pressing him to give things to black people. These are country issues. I'm talking about black people pressing him to give things to black people. Everybody treated him like the boogeyman. Nobody would go and press him to give things to black people. The stuff that he's doing to the rest of the country, I understand that, but we raggedy. We got to get our. We have to press any president that ends up winning. We have to press, or it's not going to work. We can't just press one side.
He says when we do press him that the other people are fine people. I mean, is that right? I mean, and he won't announce.
I'm not.
I hope y'all are learning a lesson on bullshit artists, because that's what I'm teaching y'all right now. And that's why I really wanted, I don't have a whole bunch of other videos to play tonight. I just wanted to get down into the nitty gritty of this, because I just really wanted you to see how a Democratic operative moves. You understand what I'm saying? All the little slick, sly BS that they trying here. This is straw man argument city. In every turn. And guess what they're still not talking about? The plan of the contract with Black America. Still hasn't entered into the interview. This is a bombardment of an ideal for Black success, executed by sisters that are taking Democratic money because, and just how much you feel, sisters, to know that this could be so positive for black folks, whoever would decide to take it. But the reason why you're doing this, dude, like this, is the party that you're railing for has told you they're not going to do anything. Go out there and run interference. You are the most heinous individual on the planet. No good individual at all.
And he
I'm
won't
not here to
denounce
take
the
up for
people
nobody.
that hurt us and suppress us. And
I'm not
that,
gonna denounce.
and then the policeman had his
I ain't here
neck
to
on
fight.
somebody's neck
I ain't here to-
for 9 minutes. He never
Vivica.
support them.
Vivica, I'm not here to fight about what he did, what he didn't do. Is he a good white man? Is he a bad white man? To me, they pretty much all the same. So now,
I don't agree with that.
With that said,
oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There it is. That's right, Project Leroy. There it is. She came right to defense. Oh, well, I don't believe that. Clean up the racist white man's image. Clean up Strom Thurmond's apprentice's image. And when he says he looks at one like the other, oh, well, I don't see it that way. Them white folks, good white folks. Okay, that's where we at with it today, Vivica. I bet when y'all first watched this, the first time y'all seen this, y'all probably did not realize that she was such an egregious coon.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with. Can I? I don't agree. I used to be.
Look. I know we've had all kind of presidents, and our situation hasn't changed. So that's why I said they're pretty much all the same when it comes to a president and dealing with our situation.
So let me. I gotta ask this question. Because you're on this show with the cocktails with the queens, and there's a reason for that. It wasn't to have you defend or not defend Donald Trump. It was about. I care about what's in this contract with Black America for women, and it's not. We're not mentioned at all in the contract with Black America. And
You are mentioned. I mean, when you mention Black people, you mentioning Black women. So don't count.
So I wanted to make sure, because like y'all got bits and clips of how this thing actually transpired, but I just wanted to walk this thing down for what it is. You are watching the kitchen sink tech. Was that last week's broadcast? Are we watching the kitchen sink technique? This, again, is the kitchen sink technique. They're throwing every straw man argument you could possibly imagine that is the least bit plausible. And I mean, very thin margin of plausibility, but I mean, the least bit. I mean, come on. Really? Yeah, Ice Cube stays solid, man. Shout out to this brother, because the fact that he just didn't pull the plug on this, because he really could have shot y'all down, sisters. He's done that to white and the white Jewish individuals before. He's done that. He shut down interviews. He could have easily did y'all like that, and y'all would have been embarrassed. Y'all would have been all on TMZ about this. Instead, it was him taking the licks on TMZ. But he could have did y'all. Let's not remember, or let's not forget, rather, who is one of the best diss record writers? I mean, so let's just keep it a buck. Cube is smart to me. He absolutely smart. Because if he wanted to be petty, he could have lit these women up in a song. And there's nothing that they would be able to do to compete with that. I mean, he could have gave them a no Vaseline joint. Man, what? What? Can you imagine Cube going ham on them? Make sure you listen to it before you eat. So you ain't laughing so hard that you make yourself sick. Listen to it before you eat. Because you're going to be rewinding. Wait, what did you say? What did he say? Oh, man, let Ice Cube loose on them. Come on, man.
Yourself
No,
out. Yes,
that's
you
not
are.
true.
That's like administration say that when they
Black people is not black women.
That's not
Black
true.
women are not included in black people.
No,
Come on,
like,
ladies.
but that's like, that's like you saying, that's like when the president says minorities, then he's including black people. But we all know that that's not the case. Black women have specific needs that are not also being met. And we also feel that there should be some things that are specific to us and our plight as well. And
I understand that.
We are in a world where some of the most deceptive, lying-ass people are looked at as respectable. And so they get used into these like bouncing off lying conversations. So like that was just a boomerang of bullshit. That was just a big old boomerang. Like, what the hell did she say? Well, it's this, like this, and this. So basically, she's saying something without saying something. Basically, this ain't supposed to work for you, Negro. This is what the zaddy is supposed to get. That's zaddy business, and you ain't got no access to zaddy business, and you ain't supposed to be enjoying the zaddy thoughts. A roundabout way. But she's using all of these other random talking points, but that's where the root is. You doing something that they supposed to be doing. I only know white folks be able to do that. Good grief.
I feel like as a black man, you can leave.
No.
I feel like
well,
you can
I just offered y'all to write a section up for it. I just said I don't mind if you guys help us. If you guys help us write a section. No, I've been open to all kind of experts in putting this together. It wasn't just me. We dealt with experts in all fields of this contract with Black America. So we're willing to deal with experts in the section when it comes to women. So that's no problem.
Okay,
I'll help you write it. I'll help you write it.
Say you do get the money. How soon do you think your plan is going to go into effect? When will we start seeing the benefits?
I'm not getting.
There it is again. Okay, plan for Black America. So they took him down the misogynistic road. They had to try to put the misogynistic thing in there. Now, first they threw in immigrants. So if you have, just pay attention to what has went on so far. This is about a contract for Black America specifically. What have they all interjected into the conversation? All of the Democratic talking points that you're seeing important right now. Which we see now the reasoning for that agenda. These people are fighting against Black empowerment and fighting for the agenda of replacement while stomping on the flames of empowerment. Absolutely treacherous as hell.
In 1 quarter. Okay, this is something he's promising to the country, and he's gonna have to implement it in a way he feel that can fit.
Okay, but can I just ask though? What would you see this plan doing for the first year for us if he's reelected?
I'm not part of the administration.
Well,
I'm not here. I'm here for Black people. I'm here to talk to both administrations about the contract with Black America. The Platinum Plan is not mine. Didn't name it. Didn't put it together. All I did was meet about the contract with Black America. They added some things, and I'm willing to meet with both sides. They can add some things or not. It's fine.
And then, they ran off immediately and did statements that you're basically a Republican now.
We're going to need a team of our people.
That's on them. That ain't on me.
The Republicans did not go do that. You know who went and did that? The Vivica Foxes of the world. The Vivica Fox and Demo Shields and Demo Agents. All of those people are the ones who went and put him out there like that. He never said that, nor did the Republicans. Fox News wasn't even saying that. I mean, family. Here's another point I want you to understand, family. For all of you who are in Twitter spaces, can you say that you have ever been in a conversation with people using these argumentative talking points? Just think, how many people have you heard talking just like this in Twitter spaces, in Clubhouse? This is from 2 years ago. But the agenda's still the same. Yeah, we going to school tonight.
Okay.
That's on them. That's not on me.
I just want to make sure. We just want clarity.
We can't all talk at the same time. I got to ask a question, y'all. With over 20,000 lies told to the American people by this president, I'm a former friend of Donald Trump. I work with them. I made money with him. Personally, it would have served me better to still stay on his side. Why would you believe after he gets Black votes, his whole goal from 3 years ago was to siphon 20% of Black male votes to cross over to vote to support him? Yes. Why would we believe that he has, once he gets reelected, he will follow through with any of these plans, as opposed to Joe Biden and Kamala, who would be in their first term and be more indebted to do the right thing to get reelected for a second term?
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Why should we believe that Donald Trump would actually follow through? That's a legit question that I have.
He ain't followed through.
I mean, I don't know. You're gonna have.
I'm not always going to only talk about what we can do for Black people. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Democratic follow through.
I have to figure that out, because I'm not sure if he's going to do it or not. I'm not sure what any of these guys are going to do. All I know is we got to push our agenda, no matter who's in there. And in a perfect world, the Biden campaign would have brought me in and we would have really talked about the plan, and they would have did, great things to their plans to specifically target Black people, but they chose not to, and that's fine. But the thing is, I'm not a supporter of neither one of them.
No, I'm saying it's not too
that's
late.
What's the problem. I'm an independent person.
You'll have a conversation with the administration if Biden wins and Kamala wins. It's not too late. So I don't think it's fair to dismiss what they are. They're not in power yet.
I'm not always going to only talk about what we can do for Black people. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Yeah, let's just hear that again.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was me. I mean, it's not too late. I mean, we're going to have a conversation. It's not too late. Not too late for what? You gotta put these ladies in the car like this.
Come on, get the fuck on out of my goddamn car. Kill you? Bitch, get off of me. What the fuck is wrong with you? You crazy? Ha!
I'm telling you, you got to drop them off like that, family.
They really can't say and promise things because they're not yet in power. We're not even in power in Congress.
You can't make campaign promises.
But why
and they have. That's what the
plan make the promise when they're in office.
Well, they put out the Lift Every Voice Can Sing plan. That is their promise to America and to the world. That is their promise. So the thing is, you can always promise the people who put you in power something more than what you just came up with. You gotta, especially when you know there's so much more that needs to be done. And he knows that it's so much that falls short in that plan when it comes to actually helping Black people, minority, people of color, diversity. All those are trick words, and Black people don't necessarily get a tenth of that. So we have to really be smart and really make sure that that money is touching the hands of the people who have really struggled in this country for hundreds of years.
I can ask you a question, Cube. You said that the Biden campaign didn't reach out to you, and you said
they did reach out, but they didn't want to. They said we'll hook up after the election.
And to be fair, they're not the power in party right now. I want to ask you this, if this is true, because I had heard from one of my sources that you were contacted for the Zoom call with Kamala Harris, with D.L. Hughley, Snoop Dogg, you, Killer Mike. They were all on the call, and you were not on the call. And that was to speak. That was in September.
Now, see how they got that information, but they ain't talking about his plan. See, he could have just been like this.
You shade tree nigga.
But he was cool. But they still up there talking to him like he didn't hear this.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
So, here's what it looks like when you let cocktails with the queens take control.
And why? So you said they didn't reach out. You said the Democratic reach out, but Kamala Harris's folks reached out to you and wanted you to be on the Zoom call because they thought your voice was important. Why did you not participate? Choose to not participate in that?
Well, we had spent, a lot of people time putting the contract with Black America together. And, I just thought that getting on a Zoom call with 12 other entertainers, all shooting what they believe needs to be done, to me wasn't going to be productive.
And it's disrespectful to him. Not all of those other entertainers went through the trouble to come up with the plan for the contract of Black America. But again, the same person now that you're trying to say, well, she had all these other entertainers. So you were able to coordinate. So, because remember how they did it. They coordinated with all of the other entertainers first. Why? This is why.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
And we know what the core of that is.
And we forget that it's okay to take the cape off.
But you wanted him to put something in plan for Black women, but it's okay for us to take the cape off, right? Funny how that works.
And I was also, because my lawyer, Matt Johnson, has a connection with Kamala Harris, and I was promised a call that I never received. So, you know, that's why
Even
I
with
didn't
inside
feel like I
help.
wanted to be on that Zoom call. So I feel like our plan is so broad that you can't talk about it with 12 other people who had nothing to do with it. And these are a lot of things that really need to get done. So I wanted to have a serious conversation and not just a rally cry kind of conversation.
And that's what they were setting him up for, because they were trying to put him in a situation to where entertainment was going to take over. And I think right there, we've got through what we needed to hear. I wanted you to see how the Democratic shields operate. That's how demo agents move. And that's for the agenda. But that's one level of it. That's how it is on the media side of things. The other side of things is that you have people who are misled by Democratic shields and Democratic agents that are working for these parties. And they can get influence in certain circles, which, that's neither here nor there. But nonetheless, family, we got 53 people in the chat. I think it might be around that time. What y'all think? Is it that time to treat the rest of the people who just came into the chat? Are y'all ready for Zilloween? Are y'all ready for some happy Zilloween? It is, it's that time. So, it's for those of y'all know I don't celebrate Halloween. But what I can do for y'all, I can celebrate happy Zilloween. And this is featuring a friend of mine by the name of Watermouth and the great Michael Pakistan. All right. So yes, indeed. So happy Zilloween, y'all.
Water. Beat house. Now if I said I'm out the game, homie, it ain't funny, cause I still get hood when it comes to my money. Never switch, never snitch, never touch that strict, never have, never will. Let's harass, get rich out the Northwest, where you know the bomb is the best. Midwest side, rather trying to rise like the rest. I jumped in, Watermouth and brought $1 million in for my niggas in the pen. Must leave they children. I got tossed in the street life by my great granny, but I still got love, even if you can't stand me close. Friend double crossed me, so I had to really mean. Actually, a good nigga just trapped in sin. It's a battle of the spirits. Can't you hear it in my lyrics? Can't near nigga stop me, cause I'm gon' go get it. Competition got me stressing shit. I bless them shit. I wear them shit. I give them what they ask for. Water, what's the message? Never speak if you don't know it. Hold your hand up. Don't show it if you get the ball the last play. Nigga, don't blow it, cause the world is steady watching you. Police is steady watching too. Get up off your ass, little nigga. What you gon' do? You got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. Delete departed, nigga. Into the water, nigga. You got a problem, nigga. You trying to solve it, nigga. Into the water, nigga. Another year, another dollar, weather long. Hear me holler, see me celebrate, demonstrate. Come deep underwater in the booth, letting loose. Come on, rider, tell the truth. Thank God for another year. Let's blow the roof. Pass the Hennessy and the Remy, baby girl, go get the deli. You gotta use your ID. I ain't all Kelly. No, you wanna come in first place. Take this to the face. Me and my niggas, we stay with it. Politics and state to state. Got the feds constantly watching me. Right now, I'm on the scope. Giving my niggas what they ask for. Cause it is ghetto dope. I freeze MCs like I dust my enemies. Prophesizing that they freeze. I'm out the penitentiary. Can't fuck with you niggas. Less than strictly about their money. Already told you once before. Me and my niggas stay hungry. From the back of the brain to the tip of the tongue. Leaving these niggas on the run. Niggas, you got a problem. Get off your ass and come get some. You got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. Nearly departed, nigga. Into the water, nigga. You got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. that nigga Charles Bennett. If she's looking bad, I get it, but I probably pass with it. Cause it's often after that money, man. Hoes out here don't understand. Love ain't got shit to do with costing the motherfucker pain. You the one that they call trick, something the whole hood dead. Can't even respect the G. Going and get your shit. Speaking off them damn lies, can't even look me in my eyes. Going to do what you do best. Yeah, shit ain't a damn surprise. I'ma stay up on my dough. Smoking blunts in the studio. Moving units from state to state and dump it back on the popo. Taking off at the mouth quick. If your ass is too slick, no matter the state, I'ma hood stuff it and I'm gon' keep it rich. Fucking whoever co-sign, robbing a motherfucker blind. Black men, black pride, you know I got to get mine. Since 75, I've been alive. World got a tight hole. Go good, competitor, murder rap, man, this shit's go. Got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. Dearly departed, nigga. Into the water, nigga. You gotta solve it, nigga.
Yes, indeed. Happy Zilloween, y'all. I will be posting this. I just had to debut it tonight, so I will be posting this as a separate video. So look out for the upload on that. You'll be able to check that out. Oh man, y'all like that? Y'all like the Zilloween? Oh man, y'all know how we do here. DJ Saguan, I see you in the house. Got Jersey in the house. Yeah, man. Over here, got Jersey over here enjoying that West Coast funk with jokes. When I saw that, because I look for random stuff. I just just be peeping out random things and like the Pakistani dude in the Bollywood films, like word. Oh, you can't make this up. Oh, it was that foot for me. Oh man, the strut. Oh, the strut was a beast. Oh man. So yeah, family, I will be posting that. I definitely will be posting that. Troy Lee said, love your beats. beatzillapdx. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, brother. Oh man. Yeah. Shout out to Watermouth, man. Shout out to that brother. Spitting. Shout out to Down Fam. Because that was a good collab between me and that brother. He was like, man, I've been wanting to get one of your tracks, man. I've been wanting to get on one of your joints. Like, yo, it's like, you know what? Me think. It's like, you know what? I'll call you back in a few hours. Send him. I was like, yeah, can you fool with that? It's like, yo. It's like, yeah, this is what I was feeling. It was like this. So hearing your style, I was like, this is what came to mind. So, like, yeah, the Bollywood movie, man. Yo, you got to. Like I said, I just look for random stuff. So I come across different stuff, and like I have an arsenal of shit. I haven't even got a chance to even break out yet because ain't nobody really pissed me off like that. But I just find random things, random clips, random videos, just and it's like the remake, the cheesy remakes from other countries is just hilarious. Y'all seen the Superman joint I did, so I don't know. I might have to do something in the future to I might make something else. Might have to make something else. But like I was trying to play before, and now we have it in here the right way. So this should have no problems. So the video that I was playing, y'all remember I was trying to show y'all the Sheila Jackson Lee video? Well, I figured out a way that I could get it to upload. So I figured, well, I might as well just put together something since I have to do it this way anyway. So without any further ado, I'm just wondering, are y'all done voting blue no matter who, just like yours true? Let me know.
You heard the word reparations there. The NAACP defines it as financial recompensation for African Americans whose ancestors were slaves. Tuberville seemed to be saying that blacks are, quote, the people that do the crime. Now, the Democratic Party does not support reparations, though President Biden has supported studying the issue.
All right. Y'all see Sheila Jackson Lee playing the washboard? You see Sheila Jackson Lee playing like, for real? Come on, man. Come on, man. Yo. Insanity. Absolute insanity. Proudly serving her master, dark-skinned brother. Man, I mean, that looked crazy. And you go out there just, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to go hang with the people, go play some of my music. Oh, come on. That's a doggone shame. That's what it is when it comes down to us. Now, you got a whole contingency of black people out here saying, hey, we demand something. We will no longer be ignored. Time to pay attention to us. And they like, man, come on, man. Come on, baby. I mean, really, though? I mean, man, come on, man. I mean, man. I mean, we really need to. What about the gates and the children in cages? Did you hear? Did y'all hear Vivica with the whole children in cages line? It's like, are you serious? Children in cages? Word? Now, just look at where things are now. You ain't got no children in cages, but you got a bunch of people on the street that they're putting ordinances against. See, you can't have an ordinance to keep people out of the country, but somehow your government locally can find ordinances to keep homeless off the streets while you're putting up the people that's illegally coming into this country in housing with per diem, which for those of you who don't understand what per diem is, that's like an allowance. So like I said before on this broadcast, if you were out on tour with somebody like a musician or something, a per diem is like, if you're a roadie, then you get a per diem from whoever the contract is with the promoter or whatever. So if maybe it'd be a label or whatnot. But there's so they pay for your room and board or whatever. But they also give you a per diem, which is like your food money. So you don't come out of pocket. Like there's a per diem, and then you're getting paid also. So you get a salary so you get your weekly joint, but the per diem is like per day. So depending on what you are, or who you are, your per diem is like, depending on who you are, your per diem could be up to 1,000, 2,000, 2,500, depending on how you eat and what you're worth. But typically speaking, as a musician, your per diem could range anywhere from $50 to $250. But put that in perspective for a bunch of people who do not belong in this country. While you have homeless sitting up here in an absolute crisis, rent going through the roof, mortgages 40 years, so you will die before you pay your house off. So now that the house ends up either falling on your children or defaulting to your children, and then that debt defaults to your children as well. Or, unless there's some contingency plans put in place. But no, that's, especially with these newer loans, man, please. Or are they trying to get you, you giving up you have to be in the right position and just be in the right circumstance. I'll say it like that. Like when you talking about predatory loans, they knew what the hell they were doing. They knew exactly what the hell they were doing. Okay. Miriam R said, sad Lord Sambo and shucking and jiving for the white supremacists for attention and butter biscuits, but refuse the grassroots no resources, and the real black agenda. And they just, again, look at how they were doing. The Democratic shields were acting. They were going out of their way. They're going out their way to disrupt the conversation. It's like, come on, man. Ice Cube didn't do anything against Black America whatsoever with that. The problem that they had is that he did something against the Democrats. Because he never, Ice Cube has been on code this entire time. And unfortunately, so many of them are so tied to what they are committed to that they couldn't show the same loyalty back to him. And Lisa Ray, if not for Ice Cube, you don't have a career. That's his movie you in. That's literally his movie you in. He funded that. That's his shit. So he was a boss when you met him. You able to get your weight up and start talking to that man crazy. How disrespectful. I mean, he talking about putting you on, starting your career. That's his shit. He got you on the board. The fact that you are talking to that man like that, you wouldn't even be in them circles that you in if it wasn't for him making sure you had not just a starring role, but they let everybody know you were debuting. That's what that man did. So if he has a plan for Black America, how on earth would it ever be you to question if it involves women or not? Considering how you're the only Black actress in Hollywood to have a starring role as a debut Black actress. Boy, that Democratic zaddy money must be real. Family, don't ever think that you're not seeing treason on its own. I mean, and to the fullest. To the fullest. It is what it is. Why is my phone ringing right now? Like I'm not live. Why is my phone ringing right now like I'm not live? Hey, man. I know you on camera right now, but hey, man, take this call and talk about what I need you to talk about right now. Now, I know you got the notification. I would never be calling nobody right when I know they lie. We've been doing this here for a minute. Wednesdays and Fridays, for those of you who are new, right here, every Wednesday we do the midweek report. Every Friday we do the weekly wrap-up. And so, this being Friday night, this is the weekly wrap-up. Going on as normal. This has kind of been a routine for at least a solid year now, I think. Oh, boy. But, I think I gave y'all a thorough breakdown of how this whole thing has turned. And what do y'all think? And for those of you who watch the replay, leave your comments down in the comment section. Do you believe that the Democrats are being froze out for giving Ice Cube the cold shoulder? Because see, they need black votes. Ice Cube is a respected individual, whether he is on the black conservative end, the black independent end, or the black Democrat, or even the way left Democrat. Ice Cube has cash all the way through. He's Ice Cube. I mean, there are children who grew up on his movies. Are we there yet? They're adults. They're voting adults now. They grew up knowing him as a kid movie dude in Barbershop. That was the most, for some people, those were the raciest movies that they saw Ice Cube in. They don't know about no NWA or nothing like that. When they saw the new stuff, when they saw the movie Straight Outta Compton, that's when they got their education on who he was at 16 years old, writing Gangsta. I mean, just put that in perspective. Rolling Down the Street in My 6'4". He wrote that at 16. Probably had it earlier than that. One of the most important things about Ice Cube, though, that dude's voice and delivery, it's been that since then. And I was in 6th grade when we were listening. It was so new, so nobody knew. Not all the white folks knew. The teachers like, yeah, well, there's a lot of cussing, but they seem to like it. They relate to it. So like when I was in 6th grade, they had the like EP tape of it was Eazy-E and the Posse. So or was it NWA and the Posse? No, I think it was Eazy-E and the Posse, or Eazy-E, NWA, and the Posse, something like that. Because there's a gang of niggas on the cover. And this had what the song that everybody know, Cruising Down the Street in My 6'4". And then it also had Gangsta. And what there's another song that I'm trying to think of now. What's the song on that record? Y'all know the oh my goodness. The song where Ice Cube is literally rapping about breaking down and making dope. I think that's Dope Man. Yeah. That's Dope Man. Yeah, so I was in 6th grade. It's like, so that's before they came out. They didn't really break until like late 87, maybe around 88. That's when their record came out. But for me, we were on the West Coast. So like for us, because a lot of y'all probably remember Too Short from like the 90s. Like, nah. Like it was like finally when y'all finally heard of Too Short, and for everybody else, like, nah. I think Too Short first tape was like 86. And his sound has been like that. He sounded like that ever since he was just young. Todd Shaw. Yet. I mean, man, that's kind of how we grew up on that, which was real rapping. And again, Too Short, a few years later, even around then was Ice-T, that's out of LA. And then around 89, 88, 89 or something like that, Mac Dre came out. And then so he had like because like Mac Dre was completely different before he went to prison. So his music was like real early 90s West Coast, almost like the Bay meets Coolio. That was kind of where Mac Dre was at that time. But then when Mac J came off from prison, that was all the whole hyphy movement. And then he started kind of getting his producer prowess up under him. So That's what really changed the game, is him making beats. Well, he was always making beats, but when he came home and like basically switched up his sound, it's rap. It was on and popping. It was on and popping. Hey, Tia, to you. Yeah, so I mean, I'll go back all the way back to that West Coast hip hop. But the one thing about it, Ice Cube was right there. And also, Ice Cube was one of the first people to kind of link the West Coast and East Coast. Because when he left NWA, his first record was with Terminator X. I mean, so that right off the rip, like, it just shifted. And then Tupac came on the scene. He already had people out there in New York. And then, of course, Ice-T got people everywhere. So everybody be forgetting about Ice-T. It's like, yo, y'all better show that man his respect. No, you can talk about all these West Coast cats and Snoop Dogs and all of that. Yeah, you talk about all of that, but before things were things, man. That brother Ice-T could go coast to coast, state to state. I mean, that dude's past was super solid. So yeah, say whatever. I mean, you know, you playing the cop, because he even had an issue. Like, man, you better go get that bread. You already paid a cop in New Jack City. You better go get that bread. It's acting. Everybody out there acting. Man, you better go get that bread. Shit. Y'all need me to go sell some Allstate insurance? I'm not quite gray enough. Go be the Allstate man. Do you have Allstate? Yeah. Shoot, don't you know? Be cashing them checks. Essex County, Brick City. We got some, you know, that's the one thing. I got New York. Y'all be riding late out there. Y'all New Yorkers are late nighters. Y'all be up hella late. Like, when y'all sleep? But, you know, before we get out of here, since we only gonna do this, and I'm gonna put this up here. Ice-T is from Newark. That's right. There you go. See? Boys in the hood. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Dope, man. And I remember it's Too Short and E40. Yeah, the Click came out in 1989. Yep. The Click came out in 1989. And I think Pooh might have, I think he was MC Pooh at the time. I think he might have been out right around then. Because the Loonies is like, the Loonies is the next year. I think 91. Yeah, because I was in high school. Cleveland, stand up. Well, the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Yeah, I almost forgot. They was popping out right around there too. Yeah. But man, all these, see, yeah, okay. So I ain't the only gray one off up in here tonight. Because what y'all calling out like, oh, okay, you had to be there if y'all know that. That's what's up, man. So yeah, before we get up out of here, man, we gonna let Zilla, happy Zillaween run one more time for y'all, and I will be uploading this video. Also, look out for the replay of our last space. That'll be coming tomorrow morning. So it's already up in schedule. So, you know, be able to look out for that. And, you know, with that being said, I will be uploading this, of course. So y'all will be able to see and and listen and laugh again, especially on Monday. Because y'all just let this run. Like, run the hell out of this on Monday. Run the hell out of this over the weekend. So when it goes up on YouTube, share it and let everybody get their Zilloween fix. So shout out to that. Happy Zilloween, y'all.
Water. Beat house. Now if I said I'm out the game, homie, it ain't funny, cause I still get hood when it comes to my money. Never switch, never snitch, never touch that strict, never have, never will. Let's our ass get rich out the Northwest, where you know the bomb is the best. Midwest side, rather trying to rise like the rest. I jumped in, water mouth and brought 1 million men for my niggas in the pen. Must leave they children. I got tossed in the street life by my great granny, but I still got love, even if you can't stand me close. Friend double crossed me, so I had to really mean. Actually a good nigga just trapped in sin. It's a battle of the spirits, can't you hear it in my lyrics? Can't near nigga stop me, cause I'm gon' go get it. Competition got me stressing shit, I bless them shit, I wear them shit, I give them what they ask for. Water, what's the message? Never speak if you don't know it, hold your hand up, don't show it if you get the ball the last play. Nigga, don't blow it, cause the world is steady watching you, police is steady watching too. Get up off your ass, little nigga, what you gon' do? Jump, you got a problem, nigga, jump, you wanna solve it, nigga, jump, delete departed, nigga, jump, into the water, nigga, jump, you got a problem, nigga, jump, you tryna solve it, nigga, jump, into the water, nigga, jump, into the water. Another year, another dollar, weather law. Hear me holler, see me celebrate, demonstrate. Come deep underwater in the booth, letting loose. Come on, rider, tell the truth. Thank God for another year. Let's blow the roof. Pass the Hennessy and the Remy, baby girl, go get the telly. You gotta use your ID. I ain't all Kelly. No, you wanna come in first place. Take this to the face. Me and my niggas, we stay with it. Politics and state to state. Got the feds constantly watching me. Right now, I'm on the scope. Giving my niggas what they ask for. Cooking this ghetto dope. I freeze MCs like I dust my enemies. Prophesizing that they freeze. I'm out the penitentiary. Can't fuck with you niggas. Let's just strictly about that money. Already told you once before. Me and my niggas stay hungry from the back of the brain to the tip of the tongue. Leaving these niggas on the run. Niggas, you got a problem. Get off your ass and come get some. You got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. Delete departed, nigga. Into the water, nigga. You got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. Delete departed, nigga. Into the water. Now if I said it, then I meant it. Like that nigga Charles Bennett. If she's looking, then I get it, but I probably pass with it. Cause it's often after that money, man. Hoes out here don't understand. Love ain't got shit to do with costing the motherfucker pain. You the one that they call trick, something the whole hood dead. Can't even respect the G. Going and get your shit. Speaking off them damn lies. Can't even look me in my eyes. Going to do what you do best. Yeah, shit ain't a damn surprise. I'ma stay up on my dough. Smoking blunts in the studio. Moving units from state to state and dump it back on the popo. Taking off at the mouth quick. If your ass is too slick, no matter the state, I'ma hook to the bit and I'm gon' keep it rich. Fucking whoever co-sign, robbing the motherfucker blind. Black men, black pride, you know I got to get mine. Since 75, I've been alive, world got a tight hole. Go good, competitor, murder rap, man, this shit's go. Got a problem, nigga. You wanna solve it, nigga. Delete departed, nigga. Into the water, nigga. You gotta solve it, nigga.
Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Yes, indeed. Once again, this has been the BeatZillaPDX official show. I am your host, BeatZillaPDX officially. And of course, this has been the weekly wrap up. So you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at BeatZillaPDX. You can follow me on Patreon at BeatZillaPDX official. And I promise y'all, I will be, we're going to have to do some over on Patreon. Because we got to get over there to the Patreon platform so we can have some different conversations. And then also, on melanated people. Shout out to Project Leroy. Thank you for the Cash App, my brother. Appreciate that. But yeah, y'all can email me at ourrealtruth at gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth at gmail.com. And of course, if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket by way of donation of this platform, if you enjoy this content and would like to support, I appreciate every donation. Thank you to everyone who helps support this platform. It is so much appreciated, and thank y'all for even who watch this, because the watch hours and the replay watch hours are a beast. So thank all of you who are y'all enjoy it. But just if y'all could just please do me a favor and give me a thumbs up when you're watching the replays. You could do it on your TV by just hitting the remote and going into the features. Like, even if you hit a pause or the OK button, it should show you where your options are. Just go ahead and give this brother a like. And because it helps the algorithm, then that's what we need. It doesn't cost a thing, but it also helps us boost the message on this YouTube platform. So if you could, much appreciative. But like I said, that's the free donation. The thumbs up is the free donation. But if you want to do the monetary, you most definitely can by way of Cash App. That's Cash App $beatzillapdx. That is Cash App $beatzillapdx. And of course, we also have PayPal, and that is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. So with that being said, y'all know how we do. I hope y'all like the Zilla Wing. So I will be uploading that. And again, make sure y'all are there 9 in the morning. And then, of course, the replayers. And it seems like those space replays, boy, y'all really like those. So there are some I still have to put up, and I will be putting it up. So yes, tomorrow is, because you're like, well, hey, there were some spaces before this. Yes, there were, but I just felt that this one was kind of more urgent to make sure we got out there. But I will be posting those other spaces, so don't fret. So, again, one last time, if y'all, for who are watching the replay, if you could do me a favor and let me know after what you watched tonight, did giving Ice Cube the cold shoulder freeze out the Democrats? I would like to know your opinion. We have had a great night in the chat. And if you are not able to be here and participate live tonight, I would like to hear your feedback in the chat or in the comment section, especially. So thank you so much. But with that being said, it is time to start the weekend or the week beginning. And hopefully you guys are good and prepared for it, having a good, safe, and prosperous weekend. And again, I guess we are, what are we, a week or let me put this up here before we go. A week away. It's a coming. The Rally for Reparations, November 5th, 11 a.m., Freedom Plaza, Washington, D.C. All other information you need is on the screen right now, family. So for all of the family who can make it to attendance, especially y'all that still live on the East Coast, y'all I-95ers, yeah, get on up and head on up or down, whichever way you coming from, and make sure you guys make it to Washington, D.C., November 5th. So let me see. Where's my... Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. I'm looking like, where's my video? So with that being said, family, you already know how we do here on Friday nights. So we going to go ahead and leave you how we leave you. Here we keep the stone of truth, and we keep our 3 smooth stones at the ready. You only really will need 1. You can pick up 5. You could pick up 3. But at the end of the day, it's that single one in faith that will work. So with that being said, stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive, and stay free. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.